Hi, I am Kenny Brock here, and today we are going to do another 10th anniversary movie review. Today is a special 10th anniversary to one of my favorite Pixar movie sequels of all time. And this is a Pixar sequel that's an improvement over Cars 2, and, and it's a sequel that's not talked about as much, but still a great sequel to one of my favorite movies of 2003, even if it's not as good as the first one. That would be Finding Dory. So Finding Dory is about Dory, and it continues right where the first movie left off. The beginning definitely shows a flashback scenes of baby Dory, which are shown throughout the movie. After that, Dory ends up getting separated from her parents and trying to find her family. But when she finds Marlin, as a recap from the first Nemo movie, it goes to the future, back from after where Finding Nemo left off. Then Marlin, Nemo, and Dory go to Mr. Stingray's class. Dory joins along with them, and when the Stingrays crush Dory, she starts to remember where her family is. Instead of enjoying the view, like from what happened from the first film, Crush the Turtle takes Marlin, Nemo, and Dory to the Jewel of Morro Bay, California. Then after that, they get chased by a giant squid, and then they hear the announcement of Sigourney Weaver, and Dory ends up getting taken to some animal quarantine hospital that they have over in California, where she meets Hank the octopus. And Dory asks Hank for directions on how to get to Dory's parents. Hank ends up taking Dory to where this fish where Destiny's tank is, right next to the beluga named Bailey. Then after some crazy stuff happened around the aquarium, Marlin and Nemo take chances to find Dory somewhere in the fish hospital aquarium. There was also scenes like the touch pool scene where Dory ends up saying just keep swimming, and then one kid ends up touching Hank, and Hank's ink spread all the way over to the touch pool. Then Hank and Dory ends up going into the big tank where Dory tries to find her parents, but they were not there. She definitely had to go for the pipes, and was put in a situation where she ended up getting lost, but ended up finding Marlin and Nemo. And then later, they end up getting put into some tanks right on the backstock area. And then after that, when Dory definitely found out their parents are not alive anymore, and that the only blue things are still living, Dory ended up feeling sad that she was too late. Marlin and Nemo end up getting captured. Then Dory ends up going back into the water, right into the ocean. Then Dory's parents, who surprisingly ended up being alive, end up finding Dory right at the bottom of the ocean where her old home used to be. But after she realized what happened to when Marlin and Nemo were taken, she found out that Marlin and Nemo were taken by a truck, so Dory had to make things right by having Destiny launch Dory over to the truck. The R's end up coming up to stop the truck and end up stopping traffic. There was also that bird with the bucket that was trying to get Marlin and Nemo as well. But then ended up forgetting Dory. Then Dory and Hank were trapped in the aquarium truck on the way to Cleveland, but the truck didn't make it to Cleveland. Hank ended up hacking the truck, and those two truck drivers ended up being stranded on the road. And that boy truck driver was the person who played the original Nemo from the 2003 movie before the Nemo part got sent to the other kid who was playing in Finding Dory. And then later, Hank continued hijacking the truck, and he drove it into the water, playing the wonderful world where the fish could be living free and in the wild. Then they played a little echolocation game, and then Dory and Marlin sat beside the ocean so they could enjoy the view. And then after the credits showed the after credit scene with the seals, like in the previous scene that Marlin and Nemo were talking to. And then Gil and the other fish showed in the after credit scene, they got captured, and that was Finding Dory. So what do I think of Finding Dory? Well, it's definitely a pretty solid, decent sequel. Even though I love the first one a lot more, but I definitely have a soft spot with both Finding Nemo and Finding Dory either way. The first Finding Nemo movie came out from when I graduated from preschool, while the Dory one came out from when I graduated from high school. 2 days after Finding Dory was released in theaters, I graduated from high school that year. Then I went to some 2 graduation parties, and then I saw the movie in theaters with my grandpa, and I enjoyed it at the first time I saw this film. And that's how I got the idea for making Kenny's senior movie before the movie even came out. I definitely want to do a little Dory story to show my appreciation and how creative I can be putting my imagination together. It's pretty much a long story, but as for the movie itself, it does have its moments, but I definitely like the beauty and the ocean things to it. We ended up getting plenty of new characters, including some funny, enjoyable moments, including the scene with Gerald. Plus, there's the short film Piper that was shown on the screens right before the movie, which is a very cute short about the bird. One ocean short right before an ocean movie is just beautiful and amazing. And this is the Dory plush I got at Kmart right before that Kmart in my area closed down. And now let me show you the tape. This is my fan-made 2016 VHS right here. Here's tape of Dory. And the print date is November 15th, 2016, which is the day the movie was released on DVD. So there you have it. Happy 10th anniversary to Finding Dory. And it's also the 10th anniversary of the Dwayne Johnson movie that was also released the same day. And that Dwayne Johnson movie that was released the same day was called Central Intelligence. So yeah. Happy 10th anniversary to both this one I have and Central Intelligence. So yeah. This is Kenny Brock here, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.